With weather becoming ever more unpredictable and its patterns even more drastic, we have a need to adapt. We, as the citizens, have to become more aware and our cities more resilient. My name is Apurva, and on behalf of Team Brainstorm, I will be delivering our final presentation. Our team has been working on an EU-funded collaboration between startups, research institutions, and universities. We have, over the last 9 months, been working closely with SkyEcho, an early-stage startup from Rotterdam, Netherlands. SkyEcho are now developing a proprietary solution to fetch high-resolution rainfall data using an X-band radar system. Able to deliver accurate rainfall data at a precision of 50 by 50 meters, they're now working towards the real-time monitoring and processing of this data with a focus on urban spaces. And they're being complemented by our team, Team Brainstorm. We're a group of 6 master's students from Aalto University studying in the fields of business, design, and technology. And together, we think we form the ideal multidisciplinary team to help SkyEcho identify new opportunities and business cases that will make use of their weather data. At the end of the halfway show in January, we had presented our newfound problem statement, the so-called problem statement 2.0. In that one, we stated, how can we enable everyone to make use of high-resolution weather data? And as such, our work since then has involved exploring just that. In Rotterdam, we prototyped how a mechanized tulip could be triggered to open under certain weather conditions. Back in Aalto, we theorized and prototyped a weather clock to understand how people interact and obtain weather-related information. Then we had the opportunity to travel to Tampere to conduct a creative problem-solving workshop with Danfoss's electrification team. We looked at solutions such as an optimized electrical purchasing market and solutions that were tackling the other effects of rain, like mosquitoes. And then back in Aalto, we developed a simple prototype that would be able to send relay command signals to various electrical devices and equipments to open or close, like retractable roofs, once again based on weather conditions. But after working on many ideas, we ended up in discussions with Dagen, a rooftop festival in Rotterdam, which seemed like the perfect opportunity to test out different kinds of solutions related to weather awareness. Unfortunately, the corona crisis meant that the festival itself was canceled, but by then we had shifted our final concept to being focused on a virtual solution, and so we stuck with it. What we actually ended up looking at was gamifying weather and weather awareness as our final concept. To do so, we had to consider a lot of various options and ideas. We had to think about how to raise awareness about weather data through a fun yet educational game. We had to channel good intentions in a fun environment for our users. And we looked at topics like gamified activism, benchmarking solutions, ranging from a water scarcity related application in South Africa to an application look at the homeless in the United Kingdom. We had to think about how can we change people's perception about the weather, increase their knowledge about climate change, and see how can we bring forth an enhanced connection to the local environments. Then we had to consider finding the right balance between entertainment and awareness, looking at other gamification aspects like quest challenges and leaderboards, connecting it to existing behaviors, enhancing social interactions, and looking at various design philosophies and the concept of sandboxing, whereby we allow the users' creative abilities to shape the game that they want to actually play. And so how does the game actually look like? Planted is a simple gardening game that makes use of high-resolution weather data to grow your plants in the virtual environment. The users are able to plant a variety of seeds, which then eventually grow into large plants that can be harvested. We provide information about the plant growth, which is of course largely dependent on the rainfall. As we all know, plants need water to grow. The user is able to check the health and status of all their plants through a centralized system and understand what are the key components that make the plants grow. They're able to track where exactly they are located and then look at the growth patterns as a result of the rainfall in the last few days. In case of a lack of rainfall or the plants not growing, the users are able to make use of automatically spawned water buckets. The users are then able to harvest the plants for additional benefits. The rain map, which is integrated into the game, allows the users to see the patterns of rainfall up to 48 hours in the past, seeing which areas might have seen the greatest or lowest amount of rains. And in the future, the users will be able to grow various varieties of plants, collect various items, and alter their in-game experiences. And so what would our next steps be if this project is to be developed further? A clear business case needs to be developed. We would need to test and iterate our concept for further, but moreover, we have to identify which direction our game perhaps goes into, finding the right balance between an educational or a fun game, and what are possible future prospects. This means further user testing it and gathering feedback, looking into the game logic and seeing how can that be developed further, but also taking insights into virtual economies and the societal aspects of gamification. Planted, coming to stores near you very soon. And now, as this project draws to a close, here are some final remarks from our team about this whole journey.
This project has been all about generating great new ideas and also realizing those ideas into prototypes and mockups. And now in the end, when I'm coding the last parts for the prototype application, it's really cool to see all the work coming together into a final product.
The project was extremely intense and full of learning because we got to leverage each member's backgrounds and expertise, like electrical engineering, software, coding, business models, visual design, and UX design.
It's an autonomous project experience that requires rigorous collaboration, which is a unique fit for the current outbreak situation.
This project has been very educating on weather-related issues and adapting both teamwork and the project outcome into a remote working situation.
It has been definitely an experience, a really positive roller coaster experience. We definitely had our moments, and I definitely learned a freaking lot. Thank you for putting up with me throughout this whole year.
This project was definitely one of the highlights of the year for me. It was a very great learning experience, and the opportunity and chance to lead this amazing group of students with such a supportive startup was an unforgettable experience. And even though Corona did have its impact on some of the things we were planning to do, I think we can still be very proud of what we've achieved